Yes, guys, 2 people in the chat already. Let me know if you can hear me. Mark Wild, thank you very much for that, pal. Any questions today? First week of the new year. How has that been for everybody? Mine's been quite eventful. Very eventful. If you're in the chat, guys, you've just joined, please press the heart button so everyone else can get a notification. And I'm going to start off with, hey, Faddy, exclusive game and movie club. Okay. How do I become a member of this exclusive game and movie club? Let me know. But yeah, please press like, guys, the heart down there. Press the heart button so it can spread the message a little bit. And I will be answering any questions about anything, really. Zach, yes, Faddy, hope you're well. Any advice for those who have left uni and now going into the real world? What's the best step to take? Whoa, what a loaded question. Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to be in your early 20s. If you've just left university, I probably would have said don't go to university unless you were getting a job straight out of university based on your university degree. For example, you can study dentistry to become a dentist. You can study medicine to become a doctor. You can study whatever else there is out there that gives you that particular job. Then once you figured out what it is, then you want to get yourself somebody to teach you. That's the first thing. Do not get a job. Don't waste time. You're not young. Don't take your gap year. Don't do any of that shit. You do not at this age. The one thing that, Zach, that I can give you the advice in, and I'll tell you this now, do not take a gap year. Do not waste time. Do not think you have plenty of time. Now is the time to get to work. Now is the time to eat dirt. Now is the time to have sleepless nights. Don't party. Don't own expensive things. And go and seek a mentor in whatever that thing is that you want to do. Go find someone and be his apprentice. Regardless of what it is, be his apprentice. Say to him, let me follow you around for free and I will do all your jobs for you, and learn of somebody who lives in the real world, not the student world, on what the real world actually is about. Because being a student, you will have been sheltered from what the real world is. And when you're sheltered from the real world and then you do step into the real world at a late age of 20, 25, however old you are, it's too late. You should have had those experiences younger, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. We're here now. That's the main thing. So make sure you find somebody who can teach you the life skill. Shadow that person. Don't worry about currency just yet. Like I said, eat shit for 1 year. It's okay. You're young. Anthony. Okay, Bumper Clock Boxing. What's up, Faddy? All good, Bumper Clock. I love the comments on a daily. I really appreciate it. Helps the algorithm. So does pressing the like button. So press the like button, guys. Anthony, going to start my new course. I'm 41 and male. Test only. What would be the best test to take? Cheers. I actually have one right here. This is just my opinion. If you are in the UK, in my opinion, there's 2 tests that I recommend, and that is the Bayer Test E, and that is this one, which is Abu Rayyan Pharma Co. Tehran, Iran. If anyone has made you believe that anything in the UK, manufactured in the UK, is pharmaceutical testosterone, it's not. Stay the hell away from those people. So yeah, test and amphe, very basic. Start there and then see how you go. But before you do any of that, make sure you get your blood work done. If you haven't got your blood work done, that's step number 1. Then all this stuff comes after. Bumper Clock Boxing, what do you think about university system? It's dated, it's old. We shouldn't really be using it again. I feel that at the minute, there's so many better options. And I just heard, in fact, it's fact, I read recently that in America, that some of the top companies are now not looking at your degree as experience qualification. They're looking for people who experience, So the best thing to do in life is get a mentor. Get a mentor, shadow that person. That is the one, I cannot emphasize it enough. Find someone doing what you want to do. Go out there, go get a one-way ticket, go and find that guy, knock on his door every single day and say, bro, let me just be your shadow. You're going to learn so much life experience from doing that. Even just hopping on the plane and going there, you're going to learn so much experience. Anthony, going to start my very first course. I'm 41. Oh, I just said that. University. Bomber Clock Boxing just made another comment below, so I'm just going to read that because it ties into what we're just talking about. Can I ask who is your mentor? Unfortunately for me, I came onto mentors very late, so I obviously didn't know. I didn't have there was no power of the internet then. There was people online were just like doing prank videos. People were just doing garbage online, active degeneracy online. So there was no one I could look at and say, well, I really want to learn human psychology. I really want to learn about nutrition. I really want to learn about life. How do I do it? Unfortunately for me, there was nothing on YouTube. I had to buy magazines. I had to do it the hard way, guys. You guys are so lucky now, so lucky that you can go on anyone's channel, type in Fadi Hussein and say, what does this guy say about creatine? Oh, he hates it. Okay, great, no problem. What does this guy say about creatine? Oh, he loves it. It's good. I'm going to follow this guy because his mindset and his life path aligns more with mine. So you can pick and choose your mentors now. You guys are so, so lucky. For me, it was magazines. I don't particularly have a mentor where it comes to business because I wish I did, but I didn't. Just there was no one available. And I learned a lot of my life lessons. If you watch my videos, my early videos, one was working as a doorman. That was a big life experience for me. And number two was I did the security in a brothel, looking after about 10 to 15 females a night, doing what they do, and all walks of life, different types of people walk in there to get their socks off. And it really is an eye-opener to what, I mean, I'm not saying to everybody go and get a job in a brothel, but it was a big eye-opener for me. So that was let's just say you have to grow up quick in those situations. As a youth, you can be academically smart, but wisdom you cannot rush. You can't rush wisdom. You cannot rush experience. These things take time. So to answer the question, you're gonna eat shit. I'll start. What have we got? Robert Jim, is aromasin long-term toxic if you keep estrogen in range? I heard that is not that bad on your lipids. It's not so bad on your lipids, I suppose, as other things like Nolvadex, which is really, really harmful for your lipids. But I just still wouldn't take it because it doesn't reduce your estrogen, it crashes your estrogen, and you need estrogen. You 100% need estrogen in your body. So I don't like any AIs. I don't think you need any AIs. If you diet right and you take the right supplement, if you take the right steroids or the right TRT protocol, then you don't need AIs. And the number one way to test or to check if you need AIs is get your blood work done. Very simple. Go get your blood work done and then see what you need. Then you look at your blood work and you think, okay, your estrogen's high, right? First of all, how are we injecting? Are we doing sub-Q or are we doing IM? How often are we injecting? What are we injecting? What kind of steroids are we taking with this course to bring down estrogen? Are we doing enough cardio? Are we eating carbohydrates every single day with every single meal? How much water are we drinking? How much stress are we taking? How much are we sleeping per night? There's 10 things I've just listed there to look at before you even consider taking an AI. Just my opinion, guys. David Blackston, wise words. Thank you very much. I don't know which one you was talking about there, whether it was the TRT or the life advice. Exclusive game slow Fadi, I sent a message on your previous vid about HCG and Proviron. Do you need to take both if on TRT, and why? Okay, so I'm going to answer these questions for you because I'm going to assume here. So there's a couple of things to consider. Let me just check the chat out over here. For some reason, it always changed from top chat to live chat. Okay, I've got the live chat on now. Right, where's the question? HCG, right. Do we the HCG and provide? Do we need to take both on TRT? If on TRT, and why? No. So if you are on TRT, I advise taking Proviron. I like it for anti-estrogenic properties and a lot of other things. Many to list. Watch my video on Proviron. It's quite in depth on there. HCG. HCG is something that stimulates your natural production of sperm. That's what it does. It stimulates your FSH and LH, to the luteinizing hormones, to start producing that back. Does it affect TRT? Does it affect your testosterone? No, not at all. So those people that think it does, it actually doesn't. Your body will eventually kickstart it back itself. So to take HCG on TRT, unless you're trying to get your missus pregnant, I don't see the reason. Maybe you're one of those guys that you don't want testicular shrinkage and you want it to be a little bit fuller. Then by all means, as long as you've done your blood work, because I don't have data on long-term use of HCG whilst on TRT with blood work, because it's not something I consider doing. Always get blood work. Monitor it yourself. Get data on it. Don't go on Google, because no one else out there is going to do the research for you. Do it for yourself, on yourself. That's what I did. I'm only telling you my experiences. And then see, are you getting the desired effect that you want out of HCG? Is HCG everything that you want, what you need? Okay, you're happy with it whilst you're on TRT. Now let's see how long we can blast it for without any side effects. So that's going to be your answer. Can I ask who's your mentor? I think I already answered that one, yeah. 200 milligram Testy and 300 milligram Mastron per week. What do you think about this cycle? It's one of those questions like, how good do you think I look? It's like, well, you might look okay if you were 150 kg and now you're 100 kilo. You look great. You probably got very saggy skin and a lot of man boobs. But then if you wanted to jump on stage, bodybuilding, I would say you look terrible. So it's a tough one when people say that to me. It's very similar when people say, I'm taking this, I'm doing this, this is a good diet. Or most people say, Fadi, my diet's all right. And I'm like, all right for what? I don't get what you mean. So without a goal in mind, bro, what do I think about that cycle? The same, if you would row, if what's his name? Chaitanya Chudari, yeah? Chaitanya Chudari, if you had row, I've just seen him over there, 1,000 milligrams of testosterone and 1,000 milligrams of Mastron, and you put, what do you think to this cycle? The answer would be the same. You might need that cycle because you're a competitive bodybuilder, or you might not need that cycle. Or I think it's absolutely stupid to do that cycle if you was just doing TRT. Now, if you're doing 200 milligram Testy and 300 milligram Mastron for TRT, I'd say it's ridiculous. It's stupid. You don't need to do that much. So I don't know. It's hard to say without your goal. Is it a good cycle? Who knows, bro? It's as good as any cycle. Now, on to Robert Jim. 1,000 milligram testosterone versus 1,000 milligram nandrolone. Which is a stronger mass builder? Testosterone. Test is king. Nothing comes close. Anyone who ever wants to do anything about steroids or building mass, it has to start with testosterone. Yes, nandrolone is good. It's very potent. It's nothing wrong with it. I think you're going to get a lot more estrogenic side effects with nandrolone. I think you're going to get what is known as Deca D. I don't want to say that if I've already said that word before, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, and also you will get an increase in prolactin. You will get an increase in estrogen, so much so, well, more than you would on testosterone. And that's not just me personally saying that. There is research on that. There are papers, there are people that have done that to say that what I'm saying there is actually right. Billy Taj, Mr. Fadi, would you ever take any of those nootropics you have to inject, like Cemex, Selnec, and never? I would not even take a pill format nootropic. It's absolutely ridiculous because I want my mind to work. Now, I'm going to talk about the mind just a little bit. I know you guys probably won't like this, but I'm going to explain to you something, right? We cannot tap in to our higher being. We need DMT, we need ayahuasca, we need weed, we need all these outside substances to sit and channel what we're supposed to be able to access without drugs. The reason why we can't access this without drugs is because we are getting hyper-stimulated all the time, one with lights, fake lights, and all this kind of shit. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I mean, yeah, we can't live without it. So the reality is, okay, we can't live without it. How do we tap into that higher power? By letting our brain do all the work. So I never rely on any outside thing to interject what my mind wants to think. So this is the most powerful tool. I'm going to utilize the most powerful tool. And how do you get the most powerful tool to work? By making it work often. So you don't need anything. There's no substance out there that I need to operate to function more so than any other person out there. I have been with the most successful guys, and I know they cannot work more than me. They can't. They're not healthier than me. They're not in good health. Yeah, they earn more money, but monetary gains, it depends where you start and what knowledge you had. If somebody had, let's say, £10,000 and the knowledge to earn £1,000,000, then they're going to earn that £1,000,000 very quick. If you have a £10,000 and you only have the knowledge to earn £20,000, you're only going to earn that. So knowledge is power, but in order to stay mindfully strong, it doesn't add up. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm more successful than millionaires mentally. No, I just mean that my brain capacity is all mine. I'm not borrowing it from outside forces or outside things. And when I do crash, I'll give you a great example, right? And it's a good analogy. This, have you seen the movie Limitless, where he takes the pill too often and then he becomes dependent on that pill? That's all it is. So it's a dangerous downward spiral. I would not take anything that is called a nootropic. I don't even have caffeine. Now, that's up to you guys. I'm only telling you how I live my life. That's it. You can have caffeine. You might enjoy it. You might like it. You might look at the research and think, oh, this makes sense to me. I like what it says. This is something that I want. Maybe I need to pick me up in the morning. I need a boost with caffeine. I'm always getting out of bed groggy. Well, I would be like, well, why are you getting out of bed groggy? Maybe you need to fix that first. And most people were like, well, there's no point fixing it when I can just get an espresso. And no one's wrong. I'm not wrong in saying, let's fix it. And the person who wants the espresso is not wrong in saying, well, I can fix it instantly. So why would I need to? And, it's what it is. It's personal preference when it comes to that. So sorry to be sound long-winded there, bro. But no, I would never, ever take nootropics, and nor would I ever recommend them. Are they bad? No, they're not. I don't feel, but I would never do it. How many zero carb days a week? Bro, it depends on your goal, G. That depends on your goal. Like, you can have 5. I think for anyone out there starting a new diet or wants to lose weight, I think 5 is a good range. And then split your carb days as far away as possible. So maybe have 0 carbs for a few days, 3 days, and then have 1 high carb day, and then low carbs and high. Not low carbs, sorry, 0 carbs, and then high day. What would you advise on someone who really doesn't know what to do in their life? This is a very, very hard question. Very easy though, very easy to answer. Figure it out. How do you figure it out? Sit in silence every single day for 1 hour. Try that first. Start writing things down. And the best way to start is this. You don't know what to do in life? What's this guy's name? Where is it? Keyman. Okay. So Keyman, right? You don't know what to do in life. Let's start this. How do you think you could help humanity? That's it. Write that down. So write down ways I can help humanity. Get a whiteboard at the top and then try to list how many ways you can help humanity. And if you cannot make a list on how you can help humanity, then we're in really deep waters, which is okay. It's okay. Not everybody's going to be able to do that straight off the bat. So then you got to think, okay, which ways are other people helping humanity? Now, it can be anything. It can be education. It can be entertainment. Like, they're the 2 that I know. So you think, well, can I educate people on a particular topic that I'm knowledgeable about? Okay, great. Yeah. So let's educate people on that topic. Maybe spread a message. Can I entertain people? Because that's my skill of doing it, whether it's music or acting or, sports. It can be anything that you feel that you're good at. Or you might be a good chess player. I love playing chess, but I'm not that good, but I love playing it. I know somebody wanted me a game. I'm like, bro, if you ain't 1400 in chess, don't even step to me, bro. If the guys are 14, higher than 1400, I'll play you. Anyway, so chess, it could be anything. Learn a new skill, spend time on yourself, walk every single day, figure it out, visualize, how can I help humanity? How can I help humanity? How can I help the people around me? All of us, eventually it's going to come to you. Find out what that is, figure it out, and then double down on it. That's the best way to figure out what to do in life. It's all about giving. Giving is a better emotion than receiving. We all have presents in life. We all receive presents. At one point, Christmas was around the corner. It's just gone. We received a present. I mean, I didn't, but you know, received the present. You feel good when you receive something. Oh yeah, I feel nice. So and so's giving me something. It feels kind of good, yeah. But how good does it feel when you give a present? When you actually give something to somebody, it feels better. It releases more serotonin, more, you know, dopamine. Everything gets released all at once. So it's a human instinct, it's a human emotion. It's there for a reason. So start with giving. It's the best thing you can do. Okay, how many zero carbs? Already answered that. Use Arnold Schwarzenegger. Use nandrolone. I was all right. Depends on person. Yeah, it does depend on person. That's a good way to do it. How much water per day should you drink if you eat a high protein diet above 200 grams per day for kidney health? Great advert for me there, bro. Get one of these from fadihussein.com, and I fill this up 3 times a day. 3 times a day I fill this up. There's 1 liter in this, bang on, fill it to the top. A little bit of, I have iced tea in this, so you can have cordial or any lemon juice or whatever you want to mix with it. 3 liters a day. It's a great starting point. Do not drink plain water. Put some sort of honey in there, some sort of salt in there, something that your body can absorb it better. Plain water is not good for absorption, or it's not the best thing for absorption. It, of course, hydrates you, but there's things better than that out there. You know what I learned, like, well, not recently, but a long time ago, but I thought it was very surprising that milk is better for hydration than water. But, you know, you learn something, and it's true. It does work. So I'm not saying drink milk, by the way. Okay, where are we now? How much? Okay, yeah. Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1-to-1 ratio, testing and draw. Bro, again, I'm not going to get into the ratios and the amounts. If that works for you, G, you do that. I mean, I expect you to be massive. Like, at my peak of 90, what was my peak? 98 kilogram. So when I was like bulking, like really bulking at my peak, I'm trying to show you a video here, guys. Yeah. At my peak, bulking 98 kilogram, I was taking 500 milligrams of Test E, and I was taking 400 milligrams of the EQ at my absolute peak of bulk. This is a peak of bulking for me. You guys can see here. So this is the biggest I've ever been. And the thing I'm trying to get at here, the thing I'm trying to make you guys understand here is, look at that. You can still see some ab definition. It's not crazy, but you can see I'm fat from the back here. The lower back's quite fat. But this is 98, 99 kilogram on that kind of weight. I'm just under 6 foot, 5'11". My legs were ripped as well. You can't really see my legs. So the point I'm trying to say, it's not a brag. The thing I'm trying to say here is, if you're taking 1,000 milligrams, you should be at least 110 kg lean body mass. If you're taking 2,000 milligrams, which you're doing 1-to-1 ratio, you need to be pro level, because that's a pro level cycle. So do not be mistaken. Do not think that taking 1,000 milligrams testing, 1,000 milligrams nandrolone, Deca, that you are going to start growing into this guy. Not going to happen, bro. I did it with a lot less. Okay. That was my peak. I'm talking about my peak here. So good luck, bro, but just be very careful. That's what I'm going to say. Can you take Test, Mastron, Anavar, and MK677 together? So we have Test, Mastron, Anavar. Yes, you can take them together with MK677. Yeah, MK677 is okay. It's good. I preferred it over the real growth hormone, which is the farmer grade growth hormone. But there's still a lot of things that you need to look out for. That's all I'm going to say. It's not as easy as, oh, can I take it? And I'm going to give you the advice, and you say, oh, Fadi, you're saying to take it. No, it doesn't work like that, guys. You need to know who you are. What's your body fat percentage right now? What's your goal? What is your whole purpose of taking it? And then from there, we can build a stack. Is there anything can give you a bit of a push at the gym if you don't want to commit to TRT? Yeah, cheers. Yeah. Mindset, bro. Mindset is the most important thing. Nothing more important than that. And a goal. You need a goal. You need a fire in your ass to get up and go. So Masab, okay, that was the question from Masab. Ashasin. Can TRT be done 1 dose per week? A lot of people split into 2 doses. That's because I tend to split into 2 doses. You can take 1 dose a week, but I feel it's better to split it. Less estrogen buildup. Robert Jim, is 200 milligram tren more toxic than 1000 milligram of test? That's it's a hard one to say. And it's not measured per milligram. It measures, is it toxic for you? Now, the testosterone the body can handle, and there are people that do those kind of drugs, the 1000 milligram of test, and are fine. But to take tren, no matter how much tren you're taking, there's so many different, this different toxicity is probably higher, but there's so many other side effects that you need to consider. So hard to say. Mr. Fadi, are you in Thailand a lot? Have you ever considered marrying a Thai woman? I am in Thailand a lot. I will be going back to Thailand very soon, like 2 or maybe 3 weeks. I'll be back there again. Have I considered marrying a Thai woman? Definitely not from the city, no, because there's Thailand is a heavy tourist destination, and it's nice. It's great if you're there for that and you want to enjoy it, and everything's easy, quick. It's good. It's amazing for that. But there's a culture out there that the women are considered, a bit loose, and yeah, I would say that's a fair statement because of just the fact that it's so easily accessible. Guys are coming in and out. And then there's other guys that are just, maybe staying with them for a little bit of time. And then it's up to you. I personally would probably say if I did, then it would have to be someone from the village. That's it, bro. Yeah, I'm not going to go to a bar girl and be like, wow, she's amazing. This is, everything's 10-10. No, definitely not that. For a good time, yeah, of course you can go there and meet many people for a good time, but not when it comes to marrying, bro. Here's the thing with marrying. I don't think about marriage as like life companion. This is my theory anyway. I don't think of it like that. Marriage for me is, can she bring up your kids? That's the main thing for me. Everything else is secondary. So I don't look at anything else other than that. And genetics as well. They got good genetics because genetics play a big role. And yeah, you have to have good genetics. You have to have good. No one with a six pack at 40 years old is not going to be looking after themselves, which means what? Your kids are going to get looked after. It's very simple. So you have to surround yourself with people mindfully that are actively thinking about being healthy. Fadi, 4 sets of 8 reps or 4 sets of 12 reps, moderate for best muscle growth. I would say 4 sets of 8 reps. Build up to the weight you want to lift. Don't count those sets. Start set number 1 with 8 repetitions. And then, start set number 1 where you can do 10, but you do 8. And then try to hit 8 reps every single set. And by set number 4, you might only get 6 to 7 repetitions. That is now growing muscle. You're working there optimally. If you hit 8, then week after you better increase the weight. Right, BC Cleaning Services. Fadi, loving the TRT protocol you done and advice. I'm about to try TRT Plus. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Right, guys, there's 2 minutes left. One more message, one more question. If anybody wants to ask it, I'm here for 2 more minutes. And then when we're done with that. Thank you very much. I know that I'm going to start making these a little bit regular as well, guys. Press like on the way out, please. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's not going to cost you anything. Just press like. If you're watching this, the 18 people that are watching this, just press the like button, guys. That's all I ask for. So the more the page grows, the more I know people are watching it, the more I can make content. And hopefully YouTube can push me. And then eventually I can start talking to these people who think they've been educating the masses for a very long time with absolute garbage. And that's the main thing for me. I want to make sure that all these, know-it-alls that have been previous to me, at least they've got someone with some intellect and some battle inside them to fight the good fight, to say you have been bullshitting everybody. And just because you've got a massive following, you've been telling them whatever you want with 0 results. You're selling a product, you're selling creatine, you're selling BCAAs, you're selling all this garbage to everybody who don't know better, when the general public, most of these guys are working 9 to 5. Most of these guys are family men. Most of these guys need that money and you're making them buy your pre-workout and BCA. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need that shit. Simple as. And I can back it and I can speak to them as well. So thanks for asking all the questions. Appreciate it. Billy Tice, thank you very much. Did you try test prop? Yeah, I tried test propionate. I didn't like it at all, to be fair. It was one of those things which, the main thing about test propionate, why I would never do it again, is it's so painful. Like the pip that you get, which is post-injection pain that you get from test propionate, is unbearable to the point where you think, is this even worth it? Do you think there's benefit in tracking numbers at the gym? Also, creatine bad for your liver? Yes or no? I wouldn't say creatine is bad for the liver. I wouldn't say it's great for the liver, but definitely not bad. I think it definitely, your liver would have to break it down somehow. And tracking numbers at the gym, on all lifts, no. On certain lifts, like squat, bench, and deadlift, it's okay. If you're doing heavy barbell rows or dumbbell rows and you did 48 and it was very easy, then you want to go to 50, it's good to keep a track of that. To write it in your notebook or textbook every single time you're at the gym, I think it's a stupid thing. It's not hard to remember what you did last week. And every time you go to the gym, start fresh. Every single session, it doesn't matter what you did last week or did the session before, start fresh. All right, guys, thank you very much. Please press like on the way out. It really helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed, then subscribe. I've got one more question from Kaleem Kadi. I'm going to answer this and I'm going to chip. Hermon Testi for 50 milligram, gained 13 pounds in 5 weeks, but can't see any visual change at all. Maybe 10-20%. What can be the reason? Okay, so Kaleem, it's a very simple one, bro. Link is in the description on any of my videos. Book in a call because you are doing something wrong. Your gear is probably fake or you don't know what you're doing when it comes to dieting. That's the main thing. And the 13 pounds in 5 weeks that you gained is probably water retention, right? Like the thing on the way out, please. Book yourself in for a call. If anybody wants any coaching inquiries, link is always in the description. Book yourself in a call. See you next week.